of being installed as Chancellor of this very special university. Since then, I've watched with pride as
Something unexpected is unfolding inside the royal family, as a major update about Queen Camilla's future role begins to raise quiet questions. Behind the calm smiles, decisions are being made that could change everything. What does this new move mean for her place in the monarchy? And who could be affected next? Stay with us, because the truth is surprising. A quiet shift in the crown. Queen Camilla had dedicated numerous years to diligently and patiently establishing her position within the royal family. Her acceptance into the monarchy in the year 2005 was a hard-earned achievement, marked by years of skepticism, haunting memories, and persistent rumors. She faced a significant amount of uncertainty from the public, who were slow to trust her. However, Camilla persisted and remained composed. She fulfilled her responsibilities diligently and was reliable when called upon. Gradually, others started to notice a change in her character. The rumors about her past faded into the background. Her reputation evolved to become more gentle, compassionate, and embraced by others. In a gradual process, she established a position for herself. She had faith in the longevity of this location. She was confident in her ability to carry on working for as much time as possible. It wasn't just a job to her. It had seamlessly integrated into her existence, a reward of her dedication. The reason the moment of change felt so unexpected and burdensome was due to its suddenness. Prince William recently participated in a public conversation regarding the monarchy's future. He articulated his intentions boldly and confidently. In his remarks, he emphasized his desire to establish a monarchy that is in tune with the public, highlighting the importance of fostering a sense of closeness. He discussed the need for innovation, fostering relationships, and amplifying the voices of the younger generation. However, one aspect consistently stood out in all of his schemes. Camilla did not make the cut. Many were taken aback by this turn of events, while Camilla found it to be a source of profound anguish. She had always thought she would remain loyal, support the monarchy, and fulfill her responsibilities with inner fortitude. However, it appeared that the forthcoming plans did not include her. Prince William clarified that he was not interested in preserving traditional customs and instead sought a new direction for the monarchy. He envisioned a more accessible and relatable royal family, with younger members taking on a more direct role in engaging with the public. He emphasized the importance of these members stepping up early, learning from experience, and naturally evolving into their positions. He believed that the future required a new source of vitality, and that signified a transformation was on the horizon. He discussed the idea of shifting away from traditional royal responsibilities that emphasize distance and stiffness. Instead, he envisioned a more inviting and inclusive approach that people could connect with on a personal level. However, this also resulted in the gradual receding of the older population. Camilla sat there, absorbing everything with a sense of melancholy. It wasn't just a mere plan to her, it felt deeply intimate. She had dedicated a great deal of her time and effort to get where she is now. Overcoming numerous challenges over the years, she remained steadfastly loyal and supportive of King Charles. Her unwavering dedication to the crown was evident in all her actions. And at this moment, it appeared that everything was coming to a close much sooner than she had anticipated. After the statement was made, there were rumors of unrest within the palace. The atmosphere was tense, emotions ran high, and conversations ensued. Camilla worried that her responsibilities could be redistributed to younger members of the royal family. She was anxious about losing her significance, engagement, and eventually fading into obscurity. The idea of stepping down was unexpected for her. King Charles attempted to communicate with his son in order to convey the importance of valuing experience. He emphasized that individuals who have dedicated years of service still possess valuable insights to offer. The king was of the opinion that the senior members of the royal family should not be disregarded prematurely. Prince William stood his ground, unwavering. He clarified that his choice was not influenced by feelings, but was focused on future prospects. He aimed to equip the succeeding generation from an early age, confident in their ability to adapt, develop, and build relationships compatible with the current era. Camilla made an attempt to express herself, conveying her desire to carry on with her duties. She was of the opinion that she still had a part to fulfill, and thought that the younger members of the royal family might not be prepared for the level of responsibility involved. William was optimistic that they would improve as time went on. He viewed the situation as an opportunity for them to develop greater strength and self-assurance. He also discussed the concept of older royals retiring, referencing Prince Philip's withdrawal from public duties in his later years as Queen Elizabeth carried on with her duties. To William, it felt like the way forward was meant to be. However, Camilla experienced as though the very earth beneath her was changing. She remained silent, absorbing each word carefully. Her mind was burdened with weighty thoughts, and her heart was overflowing with sorrow. The path ahead was not what she had envisioned. In the past, there were instances that filled her with optimism. When King Charles and Princess Catherine fell critically ill, a shift occurred in the relationship between Camilla and William. Their bond grew stronger as they supported each other through the challenges. They both experienced the burden of anxiety and the spotlight while looking after their family members. It united them in a peaceful manner. Their discussions started to flow more naturally. Their professional dynamic began to strengthen. There were even brief moments of humor shared, revealing a more relaxed bond between them. William's perspective of her started to shift. He admired her resilience and observed how she stood by his father with compassion and endurance. He even acknowledged her efforts in assisting the king and encouraging a more compassionate side of him to emerge. Camilla believed that a fresh start was on the horizon for their relationship. However, William's long-term vision remained unaffected. Despite receiving respect and understanding, he stuck to his original plans. Despite outward appearances of progress, lingering emotions from the past continued to influence future outcomes. The lasting impact of previous experiences was evident in the underlying sentiments that had yet to fade entirely. William recognized Camilla's strength and determination, acknowledging the effort she had put in to achieve her current status. However, her boldness made him hesitant, as he aimed to progress on his own terms without being constrained by past conventions or external factors. He ultimately decided on a course of action, and she was not part of that decision. It was a moment of subdued sadness for Camilla. It wasn't over the top or sensational, but it struck her deeply. She had overcome obstacles and challenges to reach her current position. Throughout her journey, she encountered criticism, uncertainty, and dedicated years of effort to achieve her success. And at this moment, the request was made for her to move out of the way. She did not anticipate this turn of events. She was not prepared for it. However, it was the truth that confronted her at the moment. And to understand why she was so unhappy with this decision, we need to see how much she had fought to get to where she is now. Stay with us. From consort to queen. When Camilla wed King Charles, her path within the royal family appeared defined yet constrained. It was suggested that she would assume the title of Princess Consort upon Charles's ascension to the throne, showcasing reverence but not securing the highest rank next to the king. This perception of her role was widely accepted as permanent. However, Camilla did not end her efforts at that point. She diligently and quietly performed her tasks without any interruptions. Each day she fulfilled her responsibilities with precision. Remaining faithful to the king, she wholeheartedly assisted Charles in all aspects. Gradually, her hard work started to pay off. Eventually, others began to recognize her as more than just a relic from history, but as a dedicated supporter of the royal family's future. Her hard work was duly acknowledged. Queen Elizabeth II noticed the effort that Camilla was putting in. She observed Camilla's unwavering stance, particularly during times of uncertainty from the public. The Queen took note of Camilla's patience, her composed demeanor, and her consistent backing of Charles. Everything was altered by a single instant. Queen Elizabeth surprised many with her decision to designate Camilla as Queen Consort during her Platinum Jubilee. This move was unexpected and caught even her own grandsons, Prince William and Prince Harry, off guard. There was a shift in perception towards Camilla as a result of this moment. Gradually, she noticed a gentler atmosphere enveloping her. The rift between her and other family members appeared to lessen, particularly with Prince Harry distancing himself from royal responsibilities. Briefly, there was a sense of peace, and Camilla seemed to forge a stronger bond with Prince William. Camilla experienced happiness in this moment. After years of dedication and hard work, she finally achieved her goal. As a result, she was granted the honor of standing alongside the crown, not only in terms of responsibilities, but also in terms of official recognition. Charles ascended to the throne on September 2022.
God save the king!
God save the king!
Following the death of Queen Elizabeth, Camilla, as anticipated, took on the role of Queen Consort. This milestone was a source of great pride for her, symbolizing the culmination of years of dedication and perseverance. However, she didn't just end it at that. Camilla desired to be recognized as more than just a queen consort. She aspired to be acknowledged as a queen in her own right. This courageous decision reflected her growth and unwavering confidence in her role by the king's side. At the coronation feast, an announcement was proclaimed. It was declared that henceforth she would bear the title of Queen Camilla. Not everyone was in favor of this choice. Some royal family members expressed dissatisfaction. Princess Anne, recognized for her assertive and straightforward personality, openly displayed her discontent. She held the belief that despite any titles bestowed upon her, Camilla could never attain the same level of respect and recognition as previous queens. Many people still felt the importance of the past. The memories from the past were still vivid in the minds of many. Camilla remained associated with difficult moments in the history of the royal family for some individuals. Even a change in her title couldn't completely erase those connections. However, Camilla remained unfazed by these words. She had finally achieved her objective. Standing strong with Charles through times of uncertainty, she proved herself and claimed her rightful position. As royalty, she carried herself with a sense of serene confidence. However, just when things appeared to be calming down, a fresh obstacle surfaced. Shortly after ascending to the throne, King Charles started experiencing health issues. His condition caused concern among the population, who expressed their compassion and wished for his speedy recovery. Initially, rumors circulated that Camilla preferred to keep his illness out of the public eye. She was hesitant to draw attention to it. However, Charles decided to be transparent about his health issue. He openly discussed his condition, helping others to comprehend the challenges he faced. Camilla remained loyal and supportive throughout everything. She stood by his side, gave him motivation, and showed resilience. As she embraced her new position as queen, she was determined to make the most of it. This was the opportunity she had been waiting for, and she was unwilling to relinquish it easily. Time continues to progress. Charles ascended to the throne as king when he was 73 years old, making him the oldest individual to ever do so. Advancing in years typically leads to various health challenges, sparking uncertainties about what lies ahead for the royal family. Consequently, the focus shifted towards Prince William and Princess Catherine. They emerged as the new representation of the royal family, the ones who were expected to lead the monarchy in the coming years. Camilla grasped the change. She made an effort to strengthen her bond with William, anticipating that he would appreciate it and involve her in his future plans. Her desire was to still be a participant in the narrative she had put so much effort into becoming a part of. William stood his ground. Time had gone by, and roles had shifted, but certain emotions remained constant. Memories of days gone by lingered in his mind. Regardless of Camilla's efforts, some scars had yet to completely fade. The pain he never forgot. The connection between Prince William and Camilla was never simple. From the very beginning, there was a quiet tension between them. It was not loud or dramatic. It stayed hidden beneath polite smiles and careful words. But it was always there. This feeling began many years earlier. As a young boy, William watched the marriage of his parents slowly fall apart. Prince Charles and Princess Diana once shared a strong bond, but over time, that bond became weak. Even as a child, William could see the change. He could feel the distance growing between them, and there was nothing he could do to stop it. Camilla became part of that story. William knew about his father's connection with her. It was not hidden from him. The whispers, the rumors, and the quiet talks were all around him. He moved between his parents, carrying feelings that were too heavy for someone so young. It was confusing and painful. Then, life became even harder. At just 15 years old, William lost his mother. The death of Diana brought deep sadness into his life. It was not just a moment of loss. It was something that stayed with him. He had seen her struggles. He had heard her speak about her pain and the challenges in her marriage. Those memories remained clear in his mind. Even after she was gone, the hurt did not fade. William and his brother were still trying to heal when their father continued his relationship with Camilla. This was difficult for them to accept. The person they linked to their mother's sadness was still present in their lives. It created a quiet anger that did not easily disappear. When Charles shared his wish to marry Camilla, the boys were not happy. They hoped for a different outcome, something that would bring them peace. But their feelings could not change the decision. They were young, and the choice had already been made. In time, they had to accept what they could not control. But acceptance did not mean healing. When William first met Camilla properly, the moment felt cold. There was no warmth, no easy connection. The silence between them said more than words ever could. It was a meeting filled with unspoken thoughts. Camilla also felt the weight of that moment. She understood how William saw her, and that made her nervous. She knew she was stepping into a painful space. This made her careful and quiet around him. William, on the outside, stayed calm. He showed respect, he behaved well, but inside, he kept his distance. Trust did not come easily to him. The memories he carried created a wall that was hard to break, and that wall stayed. Even after Charles married Camilla, things did not suddenly become better. Confident in their ability to adapt, develop, and build relationships compatible with the current era. There was no deep bond, no strong closeness. Instead, they learned to live with each other in peace, but from a distance. William respected her as his father's wife, but he did not let her come too close to his heart. He protected his feelings and chose to keep space between them. Camilla understood this. She did not try to replace his mother. She did not push herself into his life. Instead, she stepped back and allowed things to be as they were. She knew forcing a bond could make things worse. So, a quiet balance formed. They were part of the same family, but the emotional connection was limited. Their moments together were calm, polite, and controlled. From the outside, everything looked fine. But deep inside, something was missing. Camilla stood by Charles, especially in difficult times. She supported him and remained loyal, but her actions did not change how William felt. His emotions came from a deeper place. As William grew older, he became stronger and more focused. He built a life based on duty, stability, and purpose. He learned how to carry himself with calm and confidence. He understood the importance of peace within the family, but some feelings do not leave. The memories of his childhood stayed with him. The pain of his parents' separation, the loss of his mother, and the changes in his family all shaped who he became. These were not things he could forget. They became part of him. Over the years, Camilla worked to improve how people saw her. She took on responsibilities and showed commitment. Slowly, the public began to accept her more. But for William, this was personal. His feelings were not shaped by public opinion. They came from his own experiences, from moments that had touched his heart when he was young. These memories stayed strong, even as time moved forward. More stories and tensions only added to the distance. At times, private matters seemed to come into the open, making things harder. This made William more careful. Trust became something he gave slowly, and he chose to protect his space. But what was Camilla's true story like? Let's find out. Camilla's untold royal journey. Queen Camilla was born in London. She spent her childhood in Sussex, alongside her parents Bruce and Rosalind Shand, and her two younger siblings. Growing up in a tranquil household, she enjoyed a comfortable upbringing. Her father was highly regarded in the county, while her mother had a strong social network. When she was a child, Camilla went to Queen's Gate School in South Kensington. People saw her as self-assured and unreserved. While in school, she often discussed her family's extensive background and her ties to the royal circle. At one point, she mentioned that her great-grandmother had a special relationship with a king, a tale that distinguished her from her peers. After completing her education, Camilla journeyed to Paris to immerse herself in the study of the French language. This adventure opened up new perspectives for her and enhanced her charisma. Upon her return to London, she made her debut in high society as a young woman in the year 1965. This period was filled with social events, new connections, and fresh starts. Shortly after that, she encountered Andrew Parker Bowles, a military officer. They initiated a romance, although it had its ups and downs. Concurrently, chance led her to cross paths with Prince Charles at a polo game in 1970. Instantly, they sensed a deep bond between them. Their interactions were effortless, and they rapidly formed a tight bond. Their bond quickly evolved into a more profound connection. Despite Camilla's continued connection to Andrew, his frequent absence due to his responsibilities gave her the opportunity to bond with Charles. The time they spent together was enjoyable, and they made an effort to maintain communication even when they were apart. However, Charles was eventually called away for duty as well, leaving London to fulfill his naval commitments and causing him to be separated from Camilla for an extended period of time. During Charles's absence, Andrew made a reappearance, rekindling Camilla's attraction to him. Their bond deepened once more, leading to his eventual marriage proposal. Camilla agreed, and their wedding took place in July of 1973. Upon discovering the news of the wedding, Charles was taken aback. Though his love for Camilla remained strong, he was powerless to alter the course of events. Nevertheless, their connection remained unbroken. They kept in touch. In 1974, Camilla gave birth to her first child, Tom Parker Bowles, and Charles was chosen to be his godparent, indicating their continued strong relationship even after Camilla's marriage. Despite this, Camilla's marriage to Andrew faced challenges, and his infidelity caused a rift between them. Camilla once again sought solace in the company of Charles during this period. They started hanging out more frequently, rekindling a connection that brought back nostalgic emotions. Concurrently, Charles had initiated encounters with Lady Diana Spencer. Their bond gradually deepened, captivating the attention of the world. Despite this, Charles and Camilla maintained a strong bond. Charles developed a strong liking for being in her company and deliberately took actions to maintain their bond. In 1980, he purchased Highgrove House, situated near Camilla's residence, enabling them to remain close to one another. Shortly after that, Charles began walking down a route that was anticipated for him. His father asked him to marry Diana, so they tied the knot in 1981. Leading up to the wedding, Charles distanced himself from Camilla and focused on his future with Diana, spending some time apart. Their emotions were still present, despite the passage of time. Even though they were both married, they managed to reunite. Their bond grew more intimate, shielded from public view. Camilla had now established a permanent position in Charles's life. Diana started to observe differences as the situation persisted. Charles started to spend less time in his own house. The signs were there, indicating that something was amiss. The content of letters and discussions provided surprising insights. Gradually, the realization dawned on her, leading to profound feelings of sorrow. Diana struggled immensely during this time. She was already facing emotional turmoil, and the circumstance only added to her distress. She experienced feelings of isolation and lacked confidence in managing the challenges she was facing. Instead of seeking help, she chose to suffer in silence, concealing her anguish from others. But the quiet did eventually come to an end. In 1992, the reality of her hardship started to surface. A publication revealed the obstacles she encountered in her relationship. It discussed the disconnect between her and Charles, as well as the involvement of another woman in his life. There was a significant response to this. Soon after, it was officially declared that Charles and Diana were going their separate ways. While the divorce was not yet finalized, Diana decided to leave the palace, opening up the opportunity for Charles and Camilla to further their relationship. Love against the storm. Despite facing strong disapproval from the public, Camilla and Charles chose to remain committed to each other. Their bond remained steadfast and unwavering, even in the face of increasing scrutiny. Their enduring relationship persisted, unaffected by the glare of the public eye. A significant event occurred in January of 1995 when Camilla's spouse, Andrew Parker Bowles, made the decision to terminate their marriage. He initiated divorce proceedings, officially bringing their challenging and lengthy partnership to an end. This milestone signified the conclusion of a significant period in Camilla's life. However, Charles still found himself dealing with complexities. His marriage with Diana was not legally over. Meanwhile, he decided to address the public in an interview. He confessed to being disloyal, confident in their ability to adapt, develop, and build relationships compatible with the current era, but clarified that it occurred after their relationship had irreparably fallen apart. The reaction from the public was not favorable. A lot of individuals continued to hold him accountable for causing Diana's suffering. They were of the opinion that Diana went through immense pain, and their compassion stayed with her. The sentiments of the public were largely unaffected by his attempts at explanation. Suddenly, an unforeseen moment arrived. During November of the identical year, Diana participated in a compelling television interview. The interview was candid, moving, and intimately revealing. She discussed her difficulties and the obstacles she encountered in her marriage. She talked about the involvement of a third party in the relationship.
Do you think Mrs. Parker Bowles was a factor in the breakdown of your marriage?
Well, there were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded.
Which added depth and weight to the dynamic. Millions of individuals tuned in to watch. Many people were filled with sorrow as they heard her speak. Her suffering was evident, and her words resonated with people globally. She recounted a past encounter with Camilla at a family event, where she had boldly requested her to stay out of her marriage affairs. However, that moment did not alter the progression of occurrences. Camilla and Charles maintained their bond. A couple of months after, the challenging and lengthy union of Charles and Diana ended formally. The dissolution of their marriage was concluded, signaling the end of a period that was marked by optimism, challenges, and emotional pain. Diana started the process of reconstructing her life following this event. She dedicated her time to charity work, a cause she was passionate about. She also found joy in forming new friendships. She seemed more relaxed, content, and dedicated to her children, particularly in private moments away from the spotlight. She appeared to be making progress for a short period of time. Following that, disaster occurred. Diana was in a car accident in Paris in August 1997, which caused a global reaction of shock. The world mourned her death, and many found it difficult to come to terms with the tragedy. The event was a time of sorrow, not only for her loved ones, but also for the countless individuals who looked up to her. Stronger emotions developed in the midst of this sorrow. Some individuals aimed their frustration at Camilla as they thought that previous incidents had triggered an endless cycle of suffering. They struggled to distinguish between emotions and actuality. Despite the overwhelming public sentiment, Camilla remained steadfastly by Charles's side. She stood by his side, unwavering in her loyalty. As time passed, the royal family started to gradually acknowledge her existence. Although it was a challenging process, there was a gradual shift towards acceptance. Time went by, and circumstances became less severe. In April of 2005, Charles and Camilla were joined in marriage in a civil ceremony in Windsor. The event was a subdued affair when contrasted with previous ones, yet it signified a significant milestone in their relationship. At that time, her responsibilities were clearly outlined. She did not inherit Diana's former title, but instead was granted the title of Duchess of Cornwall. It was also specified that upon Charles's ascension to the throne, she would be referred to as Princess Consort. Camilla acknowledged the situation and proceeded with her responsibilities. She dedicated herself to improving her public image through patience and participation in charity work. By fulfilling her responsibilities diligently, she gradually changed the way many individuals perceived her. The feeling of being accepted did not happen instantly. It took a long time to achieve, through years of hard work and steadfast commitment. However, not all individuals progressed equally. Prince William held on to memories of his mother dearly, keeping the pain and experiences of his past near to him. As he aged, he found strength in the passing of time, although the emotional impact of his youth lingered. Due to this, his perception of Camilla was still influenced by those initial encounters. In contemplating what lies ahead, his vision for the monarchy is shaped by his personal beliefs and emotions. Speculation suggests that her responsibilities could decrease once he assumes the throne. The outcome, whether it results in a tranquil withdrawal or a diminished position among the royal members, is still unknown.